Oh, well, hey there. It's Jamie. That's me here. Welcome back to my channel, honey. We got a new show, okay? And it's called Our Kind of People. So let's go ahead and get into a quick recap. Let's talk about it. All right, y'all. Listen, look down below at the screen. I'm not going to go scene for scene to give you guys, you know what I'm saying, the images, but I wanted to show you guys the main players, a part of the new show that's on Fox called Our Kind of People, and it's produced by Lee Daniels and others. I apologize for not knowing the other's name, but one of the names that stuck out was Lee Daniels. And I was kind of glad to see that they're about to bring another Black drama-filled, okay, type of show to television, because y'all know he did Empire, which ended up being pretty good. I kind of fell off after a while. I got into Star. That was great. Still hate that they left us on a cliffhanger. What the... Okay, why y'all ain't go out there and market the show to Hulu or Netflix or BET Plus? The audacity. I still have beef about it. Okay, so figure it out and bring it back. Okay, but nonetheless, we will take Our Kind of People, as it definitely was giving what it needed to have been giving once it dropped. Okay, so here are some of the main players. All right, we have Aunt Patricia that's sitting in the car with Yaya DaCosta, played by Debbie Morgan. In the back seat, we have first things first, the main character, let's go and get that out the way. The forerunner, before I really mention anybody else, okay, is Angela Vaughn, played by Yaya DaCosta. Let's be very clear. She's the one driving. Next to her is her Aunt Patricia, played by Debbie Morgan. And then behind in the back seat is her daughter, Nikki, that is played by Elena Bright. And I hope I said her name right, okay? The next key players we have in this girl is going to be, what's his name? Raymond DuPont, played by Morris Chestnut. Here for it. Then we have Leah Franklin DuPont, okay, played by Nadine Ellis. And then we have her two children. Let me see what their names are. We have Quincy DuPont, played by Kyle Berry. And then we have Lauren DuPont, played by Ryan Brown. Okay, then we got the messy mother-in-law that happens to be Morris Chestnut's mother. Let's see, what is her, did I get her name? I don't even think I got her name. Let me see if I have it here real quick, because you know I want to mention this girl because she is a motherfucking trip. L. Scott Caldwell, that's her name. L. Scott Caldwell is played by Olivia. Okay, or shall I say Olivia played by L. Scott Caldwell. So we have her. We also have, and I don't have her pictured here, Miss Cutie Pie Josephine, played by Raven Goodwin. She plays the very good friend to Angela Vaughn in the show, which is played by Yaya DaCosta. Okay, so here's some things that we learned, right? So what we learned is that Angela is back in her hometown. Her mother has passed away. She has her ashes. We're not sure exactly when she's going to dispose of the ashes of her mom. We also don't know, girl, what happened to your mama? So we're hoping to find that out. There were quite a few flashbacks that played throughout the episode of Yaya and her mom. And I keep saying Yaya, but Angela and her mom, okay? The goal is for them to open up a pop-up shop for their hair products called Crown or something, Crown Me or Crown. It's something dealing with the crown, hair crown something, okay? Something dealing with the crown. Her mother left her the deed to an old home. I guess it was like I'm gonna say an older building, right, that they used to live in. So her mom ended up having the deed to that. She left it to her daughter. So her daughter is moving back and she's hoping to open up shop, okay? Now, who she's bringing with her on this journey is her Aunt Patricia, who she's very close to, as well as her daughter, Nikki. Very nice. Now, we see how they living. So obviously, they the have-nots, okay? Because they ain't got it like that. But then we go and we see the haves, right? And I've never even seen that show, Have and Have-Nots. But anyway, who do we have? We have Raymond, and we also have his wife, which happens to be Leah. Leah is very well off based on her father and his up-and-coming, or not his up-and-coming, but his business, right? Not really sure exactly what the business is, but they have a family business called Franklin something. Okay, and her father is actually played by, what is that man's name? Joe Morton, I think it is Joe Morton. Okay, he played on Different World, honey. I think he played on Scandal as Olivia Pope's daddy, honey, because he be bringing the action. Okay, so when I see him in a movie, I be like, oh, I know this gonna be good. Or if I see him on a show, I be like, oh, bro, I know this gonna be good. Okay, it's just certain actors you just know it's gonna be good. Okay. So there's that, right? So what are some things that we learn as we watch the show? Okay. Her daughter got expelled from school prior to them relocating to where they are now. Not sure exactly where they came from, but her daughter got expelled from school for fighting. Okay. We also see that she's trying to be a part of the in crowd because she wants to be able to make it easier to have this store, right, for her mom or for her natural crown hairline, right? So she's trying to, connect with the people that she need to connect with to make this happen. Right. So she wants to be a part of this crowd. So her good girl, Josephine, ended up inviting her to a party where she meets other individuals as well as a man. And the man that she meets is played by Lance Gross. And I think that his name is like Tyreek or something like that. And I was like, okay, then Tyreek. Okay. We see Tyreek going to be the one humping on you, girl. He probably going to be the one doing your dirty work too. Okay, so what else do we have here? While they're at this party, her daughter runs into some other friends. Those friends happen to be the children of the DuPont family, in addition to their other friend named Taylor. Okay, now based on how Taylor was dressed, I knew she gave off an energy where she was not into guys. She's into women only. Okay. What else did we learn? Leah DuPont and her father, Teddy Franklin, played by Joe Morton. They're at odds because Miss Leah wants to run his business and he ain't ready to get up off the table so that she can have it. But she's going to intrude on that in some type of way, right? Nikki's daughter. So when she gets invited to another party at a later time, they both do actually. She got invited to hang out on a yacht with the DuPont kids. And when she hung out on this yacht, Taylor hugged her. Now, the girl that I told you I was giving off a lesbian energy, she hugged her and she put something in her purse. And we found out later on that what she ended up putting in her purse, unbeknownst to Miss Nikki, it ended up being a phone, okay, with a recording on it. But we'll get to that. Later on, while they're at this yacht party, Miss Taylor ends up going overboard on the yacht into the water. Okay, so now she's hospitalized. We learned that she is alive. Okay, she is alive. So I guess she was trying to harm herself because low key what was on that phone, right? She messing around. Miss Taylor is messing around with the DuPont's daughter, okay? Messing around with Miss Girl. So, honey, that right there, girl, and don't nobody really know about it, right? What is this girl's name? She messing around with Lauren DuPont. Don't nobody know about it. And Lauren doesn't want to give it away because her family is known to be prestigious and all this other stuff on both sides of her family. So she doesn't want to, she doesn't want to give that up, give that away, let people know what's going on because she feels like she's going to be shunned or whatever, right? So she's trying to keep that private. Why Taylor chose to put this phone in Nikki's purse in particular, I do not understand, but that makes me believe that when Taylor went over the yacht and into the water, it made me feel like she had this plan. She was planning on doing that all along. And in case something happened to her, she needed somebody that was going to have the evidence. And she chose Nikki because Nikki was new to the island, new to the area. I guess unbiased. She don't know these folks, but she'll have the proof, okay? Now, what also we saw was that Miss Taylor, when she got to the yacht party, it's a family of the DuPont individuals. And she writes on the picture, okay, she writes on the picture lies. Okay, so we knew it was going to be some drama with this DuPont family. So it must be more lies than what we're learning on the surface already. What else did we learn? Okay, Angela is trying to be a part of this organization. This prestigious organization ends up having a mother-daughter, I want to say dance, but seemed like it was a fundraiser at the same time. So they go to this, right? And what we learned, first of all, girl, what we learned, let me just get to it. At home, prior to going to this event, Taylor saw what was on the phone. Once she gets to this party, she lets Lauren know. I'm sorry, not Taylor, but Nikki finds out what was on the phone that Taylor gave her. Once she gets to the party, she sees Lauren pacing back and forth like, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. And then Nikki like, girl, you may want to calm down. The girl like, girl, get your hands off me. I don't need to calm down. She's like, girl, I know what you're pacing about. Okay, it's right here on this phone, ma'am. And what's on this phone is that you over here kissing down on Miss Taylor and you got a little relationship. And she's like, girl, how you got this? Now, mind you, Nikki was trying to help Lauren in this time. Lauren is a shady BIT. She don't trust nobody, right? So she snatches the phone from her. Her mama comes around the corner like, girl, what is going on over here? She said, oh, this girl was over here trying to harass me. She was talking to me all like this and that. And then Nikki looking like, girl, I ain't do none of that. I'm trying to help you, save you. But what was key? Nikki says that I want you. She said something like before her mom walked up, before the DuPont's mother walked up, Nikki said something like, before my grandmother passed, she was the only person that really understood me too. So basically what it was confirming for me was that Miss Nikki may actually be bisexual. I'm wondering if she's bisexual. I'm wondering if, because I sensed a little attraction between she and the DuPont son. So I'm wondering if she likes girls and guys, and her grandmother was the only one that truly knew what was going on with that, right? So Lauren DuPont had to come up with a distraction and lie on Miss Nikki in the moment and say, oh, she was doing this, oh, she was doing that, right? So there's that. And when Leah DuPont decided to confront Nikki, next thing you know, Miss Angela was coming around the corner, and that's Yaya's mom. That's played by Yaya. Yaya comes around the corner like, girl, what you talking to my daughter like that for? What's going on? What's this? What's that? And so Leah, pretty much called her out like, girl, your daughter has some things to say to my daughter, so I'm getting on your daughter's ass. And then the girl was like, well, first of all, you shouldn't be doing any of that. This is what Angela is saying because I saved your ass tonight, okay? And I didn't even get a thank you because because Leah's hair person did not show up, and because Angela is experienced in hair, she took care of everybody's hair for the event. So she's like, girl, because I saved your ass. Okay, you may want to scoot back just a little bit up out my face and my daughter's face, and you might want to say thank you. So at this time, mind y'all, while the show is going on, the mother-in-law, okay, yeah, this little gray-headed heifer, she done sat up there and told Leah, listen, what's her name? See, I'm giving like a quick recap because I'm seeing like I gotta go through every detail to make y'all understand if you're not watching the show, but just go watch the show, okay? So basically, there was like a organizational meeting where they asked Angela about herself. Angela lied and said that her mama was this businesswoman. No, her mama was never a businesswoman. She was a maid. So later on, we see where the gray-headed heifer came to Leah and told her that girl is a fraud. She lying. Her mother was actually a maid, and her mother was also arrested for drugs. So I'm gonna need you to put that girl in her place and let her know what's up. But see, it must be more to the story that the mother-in-law knows, because she immediately came to her with like, girl, I need you to banish her from the area, period. Okay, I need you to shun her from the group. So she gave her some documentation. And in this moment, when Leah and Angela are going at it, Leah looks over to the gray-haired lady. She gave her a nod, and she was like, you better go in. So that's when Leah decided to go in and tell Angela about her mama. Tell her, girl, your mama ain't who you been sitting up here lying, telling us she is. She was a maid, okay? She was a trifling maid, and she went to jail and all this other stuff, right? So that's what ended up happening. And Angela was sad. First of all, I don't think she knew about her going to jail, but she knew about her being a maid, right? So it hurt her feelings. She cried and stuff. But here's the thing for me. In that scene towards the end, when the ladies ended up airing out stuff, it was very weird because Angela was saying, Leah, you've been riding my back since I got here. And I'm like, not really. We haven't seen enough of her riding your back for y'all to get to this point. So the show was flowing very well up until that last part, like the ending part. And that's where it got a little bit too much for me, because I'm like, y'all just skipped a lot of stuff. I thought it was going to take us some time for them to get to this point, for them to figure out who her mom was and all this and that, right? But they knew. They threw it up in her face. She goes back home, watches some tapes of her mother being interrogated at the police station. And what she learns while she's watching this tape is that Leah's daddy, Mr. Franklin, is actually her daddy as well. That's what she ends up learning. And I said, damn, we wasn't going to go a few episodes in. Y'all just gave us a few minutes in, and then we found out the truth. Okay. So she says that her dad was trying to keep her mom quiet for some reason. So now she's back in town, and she's planning to avenge her mother. Okay. And all of the lies that have been spread about her and her family, and probably take rightful ownership that is due to her within that company. The Franklin Company. Okay, so later on, we can see where Miss Leah is talking to her dad, telling her dad that she plans on taking over the company and his retirement. And I said, damn, his retirement too? So he can't go and enjoy his retirement money and his time? Damn, girl, you trying to kill your daddy, honey. All over having a business that you never started from the beginning. That don't make no sense, girl. But obviously, you know, she doesn't like her dad too much. We haven't seen her mom. Don't know what happened to her mom. Maybe we'll get that backstory as the show goes. But she trying to take over her daddy company, and her daddy ain't really trying to let her do it. So it seems like it's going to be a war between her and her daddy. So she might want to be careful. I don't know how the alliance is going to play out in time when Leah finds out that Angela is actually her sister. I don't know if it's going to be those two are going to team up and kick daddy out, or if daddy going to play the two against each other in order for him to, you know what I'm saying, maintain the position that he got, because daddy likes turmoil, and we already know that. Okay, but overall, you know, the show was good. Towards the end, we saw where Angela goes over to Leah's house to get her wig, because she allowed Miss Leah to use her wig for the show, because again, the hair lady didn't show up, so she had to fill in. She takes something out of that wig when she gets back to the house. She scoops the wig up from her, goes back home, takes something out of the wig, and I really feel like it could have possibly been a recording device. I feel like she was using that because, you know, she wants to be in with this in crowd. She wants to know what's going on. So I feel like she could have been listening and chiming in on what was being said, and I wonder, you know, we just saw her take it out. We couldn't really see what it was. She put it in a Ziploc bag, closed it up, and put it up. So I just want to know, what was it and what was said? And I really feel like it was going to be a recording device, and it may come into play at a later time when she probably tries to blackmail people. But I hope that next week's episode isn't like them moving too fast throughout the show. Really hoping that's not the case. Really hoping they take their time with it. But we shall see. So far, I will say, interacting with you guys on Twitter is super fun as I'm watching the show, and I'm definitely looking forward to being back there on next week, ready to watch it again. Okay, but that's all I got. Okay, I'm Jamie, that's me. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, you know, share my videos, follow me on Instagram and Twitter, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Bye-bye.